this Rwanda policy, now Rwanda law, this doomed to fail project unless its metrics for success were designed to capture national shame. This economically unviable fiscal bin into which we will toss 100 million quid at a time of starved public services. It is a country that we're sending them to with such a checkered history of handling refugees that hundreds of them went missing and are still unaccounted for. It is a UN blacklisted asylum option that comes in just beneath CIA rendition sites and the claimant's original destination in terms of where they would ideally like to end up. That's where Rwanda sits. It's a terribly marketed solution, in air quotes, to asylum challenges by way of ensuring that we have to take their refugees also. How is that going to fix anything? It's an aberration of international law also, at a time when we're desperate to tell other nations and trade blocs that we play by the rules. It is a deplorable, non-manifesto bill being shoehorned into the government's agenda in a cynical move to prop up a failing Prime Minister. Doesn't it just make you proud of your country, guys? Oh, but it's a deterrent aid. We need it as a deterrent. Like, did any of you see the news first thing this morning, right? Like, it was absolutely awful. It was a really tragic story to wake up to. And it was that 5 people died trying to cross the channel. Like, literally this morning. And this was after this bill had passed, right? So I don't know what mind-bending substances supporters of this bill are enjoying right now when they claim that it's a deterrent. Like, if it weren't so tragic, it would be funny. It would be like, it's too dark, it's too recent and sensitive for it to be funny. But it's just like, I mean, look, the rule for comedy, right, basically, is that comedy equals tragedy plus time, okay? You know, if something's gone wrong in your life, give it time, you'll be able to laugh about it. That's another way of saying it. Comedy equals tragedy plus time. But the trouble with doing satirical politics stuff, right, is you kind of have to do it immediately after something's happened. And even now, like, you know, I'm doing it immediately, like it's on the day of, but I've only got 45 minutes to, like, smush it in. So it's a bit like, I hope this isn't too distasteful. But it's like, I'm not saying it's funny that these people have died. Obviously it's not, right? You can trust me on this. This is 6 years of gigging around on the London circuit talking here, right? There's very little comedic mileage to be found out of, you know, parents and kids drowning to death. I can promise you of that. That's not what's funny here. I think what I'm saying, what I'm dancing very carefully around here at this point is that if it weren't so tragic, it would be funny, like how unutterably brutal it is. The transparency, the obviousness of it, that they create this bill. The Supreme Court says it's not safe there. The UK government then say, oh, well, we've passed a law that says that it is safe now. So then eventually, after a bit of back and forth, the bill, the deterrent, goes live. And finally, Rishi Sunak and James Cleverly and David Cameron and all the rest of them are all in a position to stand there and go, yeah, we did it. We did it, guys. We could send people to Rwanda now. The deterrent is live. It's going to work, right? And literally the next fucking morning, 5 people still die making that exact crossing. I mean, it's awful, isn't it? It's absolutely tragic. Especially for Sunak, who was reported to have been there on the beach this morning, prodding the dead bodies with a stick as the doctor was trying to certify them. And he was like, well, are they actually dead? Are they? I mean, how dead are we talking? I mean, could they still do a job? Can we get them back to work? The doctor's like, Prime Minister, I'm sorry to... Yeah, they've passed away. Right, but could we just, slump them in a chair and make them a security guard at the Amazon warehouse? Also, they've got to be able to do something. Don't they know there's a bloody productivity crisis going on?